Imagine a sports tournament so massive, it needs 3 entire countries just to host it. That's the FIFA World Cup 2026. And if you've never watched a single second of football in your life, perfect. This video is built exactly for you. By the end, you'll understand the rules, the format, the drama, and why this specific World Cup is different from every single one that came before it. Let's start from zero. Football, what Americans call soccer, looks simple on paper. 2 teams, 11 players each, 1 ball. The target is literally called the goal, and you score by getting the ball inside it. Here's the catch. You can't use your hands or arms. Only feet, legs, chest, or head. Sounds easy. It's not. Try kicking a ball into a net from 30 yards away while 5 guys are sprinting straight at you, trying to take it away. That's basically the entire sport in one sentence. A match lasts 90 minutes, split into 2 45-minute halves. Whoever scores more goals wins. Tied score. Sometimes that's the final result, called a draw. But in the World Cup's later stages, draws aren't allowed. More on that soon. Now, here are 2 rules that confuse beginners more than anything else. First, offside. Picture this. An attacking player can't just camp out next to the other team's goal waiting for the ball. If they're standing ahead of every defender when the ball is passed to them, that's offside, and the goal gets cancelled. Think of it like a relay race where you can't start running before the baton actually leaves your teammate's hand. It stops cheap, easy goals. Second, cards. If a player fouls someone, meaning they trip, push, or play dangerously, the referee can pull out a yellow card as a warning. 2 yellows in one game equals an automatic red card, which means that player gets kicked out completely, and their team has to continue with 1 fewer player. A straight red card can happen too, for something really serious. 1 card can change an entire match. Got it? Good. Now let's zoom out to the actual tournament. The World Cup happens once every 4 years. Think of it as the Olympics, but only for football, and only national teams compete. Players represent their country, not their club. This year is different from every World Cup before it. Genuinely different. For the first time ever, 48 teams qualified. That's up from 32 just 4 years ago. Picture a movie franchise suddenly adding 50% more main characters and somehow keeping the plot together. And here's the part that surprises almost everyone. This World Cup is hosted by 3 countries at once: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. 16 cities. Stadiums from Vancouver to Miami. It's officially the biggest World Cup in history, with 104 total matches across 39 days. So how do you fit 48 teams into one tournament without total chaos? FIFA split them into 12 groups of 4 teams. Think of each group as its own mini-tournament running at the same time. Every team plays the other 3 teams in its group once. That's 3 games per team in this opening stage, called the group stage. Points work like this. Win, you get 3 points. Draw, 1 point. Lose, 0. After 3 games, your total points decide what happens next. Here's the twist that trips up new fans. It's not just the top team from each group that survives. The top 2 teams from every group move on automatically. That's 24 teams. But then, the 8 best third-place teams across all 12 groups also sneak through. So out of 48 teams, 32 survive into the next stage. That's 2/3 of the entire tournament moving forward. It's like a reality show where almost nobody gets eliminated in week 1. Once those 32 teams are locked in, everything flips. This is where it gets brutal. Welcome to the knockout stage. 1 game, win, or go home. No draws allowed anymore. It starts with the round of 32. A round that has literally never existed before in World Cup history. It was created specifically because of this 48-team expansion. After that comes the round of 16, then the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and finally, the final. If a knockout game is tied after 90 minutes, they play 30 extra minutes called extra time. Still tied. It comes down to penalty kicks, a shootout where players take turns trying to score from close range against just the goalkeeper. It's tense, dramatic, and has produced some of the most heartbreaking moments in sports history. Here's a number that puts the difficulty in perspective. To win the entire World Cup, a team now has to win or survive 8 straight matches. 1 more than ever before. Imagine training your whole career for this, and the finish line just got pushed further away. So who's actually trying to win this? Argentina enters as the defending champion from 2022. But Brazil holds the all-time record with 5 World Cup titles, more than any country in history. And here's the wild part. Only 8 different countries have ever won the World Cup. Ever. Out of every football-playing nation on Earth, only 8 have ever lifted the trophy. That's like saying only 8 schools have ever won a national championship, no matter how many have competed. Now think about the scale of who's watching. The last World Cup final was watched by an estimated audience well over 1 billion people across the globe. One single match. 1 billion people. No other event on the planet does that. And the United States isn't new to this either. Back in 1994, when the USA hosted the World Cup, it set an attendance record that still hasn't been broken. Over 3.6 million fans walked through stadium gates across that one tournament. Now multiply that energy across 3 countries, 16 cities, and 104 matches. The final itself takes place in New York and New Jersey, inside a stadium holding over 82,000 people. That's an entire small city packed into one building, watching a single ball. So let's bring it all together. 48 teams, 12 groups of 4. Top 2 from each group advance automatically, plus the best 8 third-place teams, giving you 32 survivors. From there, it's pure knockout, lose once, and your tournament ends, all the way to a final watched by more people than live in most countries. Here's the thought I want you to leave with. Football is one of the only sports on earth where a single moment, one kick, one offside call, one missed penalty, can decide something an entire country waited 4 years for. That's why people cry. That's why people celebrate in the streets for hours afterward. It's never really about the ball. It's about everything riding on that one moment. If this finally made football click for you, that's exactly what this channel is here for. Hit subscribe, because we're breaking down every team, every rule, and every storyline of this World Cup, one beginner-friendly video at a time.